Welcome to our Team Southern Strong call. I can't talk tonight. It is March 8th. This is actually our first team call in the month of March. Last week we took a little break for the income surge, which is still going and still going strong. And it's really kind of the thing that inspired this call. And I will talk about that in a little bit. Just some quick announcements. Really just one. Jen has been talking to the leaders of Team Shine United, and we are trying to plan a Emerald retreat. It looks like it is going to be the second weekend in June. I think that is the 8th through 10th. And we're trying to do the either Pensacola or Gulf Shores or Dauphin Island, something within driving range. So we're not having to go like pay for flights or have major monster driving, like road trip type thing, something that's in the area that we wouldn't have to go for far. And I'm kind of getting the impression that it will be a Thursday, Friday, Saturday type thing where we'll get up early Sunday morning and leave. So if that is something that you would like to attend, send me a message and we will see what we can do. The requirements that we talked about, now this is nothing in stone, but the requirements so far that we know that Jen has kind of thrown out at us is that you must be an Emerald coach. You must have at least 4 active coaches in your downline. Now, keep in mind that can be 4 discount coaches, but at least 4 active coaches in your downline, and you hit Success Club in March, April, and May. So those 3 months. So if this is something that you would like to attend, which I hope everyone wants to attend, those are kind of the things you should start working for. So Emerald coach, 4 active coaches in your downline, and Success Club in this month, April, and in May. And these retreats, if this one's going to be anything like the Diamond Retreat we took in September, it is, I'm not going to say it's a game changer for your business, but it's a game changer for your team kind of spirit. I went there and I knew Jen, and I had met Jessica Sanfilippo when I went on my Diamond Retreat, and that was it. And leaving there, I have such a close friendship with Haley Cottrell. I have such a close friendship with Lauren Baker. It just kind of changed everything. And not just that, I got to meet people, and we stayed in the house with Katie Erst's team. And so I'm friends with Rachel Harvey, and I feel comfortable reaching out to people who aren't necessarily on our team because I basically lived with them for a whole weekend. So you're going to learn good things to move forward with your business, but more so than that, you're going to meet people that are going to become your support system, that when you have those days that you're just not sure if you can pump the well anymore, you're going to be able to call them or text them and say, hey, this is what I'm going through. Can you help me? And these are, I don't know if this is going to make sense to anybody, but Haley and I have talked about it a lot. I don't have very many like really close friends. I am actually a very kind of like guarded person where I have my best friend from high school. I have my best friend that has been my best friend since I was 4 years old. And then I have Jen. And other than that, I just have like a bunch of acquaintances. I don't have people that I go and hang out with. I don't have people that I, really let in because of just various reasons and, how I am. But these people have become people that I consider to be my really good friends, that if I was getting married now, they would probably be bridesmaids. People that I know that if something happened in the middle of the night, they're going to come for me. They're not, I hope that this is something that is on your radar. I'm not sure how many people we're going to be able to take per team. I think it's going to be about 2 or 3. So definitely make sure you get the qualifications. Go ahead and put it on your calendar and, hopefully make plans to attend. So that's really the only announcement that I have right now. The month is going good. Brittany already has points on the board. Everybody is working hard. We're hitting the ground running, and I have a feeling that March is going to be an absolutely great month. So let me come in here, and I'm going to share my screen. And as y'all know, my internet's not the best. It's going to take me just a second to share my slides. Okay, so I want to talk tonight, can y'all see my screen? Yeah, okay. I want to talk tonight about being intentional with your Beachbody business. And this is something that, honestly, since 2 things happened like at the exact same time. I had a conversation with Brittany about all of the different trainings that are being thrown at us, and there's like 6,000, and I'm not even exaggerating, there are literally 6,000 videos that we're supposed to be watching every single day from this group, and then this group, and then I'm in this group, and then on this team page, and then another team page, and then I am reading a book I talked about it 2 weeks ago called Make It Happen, or Making It Happen, and like literally the same day that I talked to Brittany about that, and I made the video in our team page, I read a chapter in that book, and it spoke to me so much about, finding a good balance between being busy and being intentional with your business, and, really focusing on things that are most important to moving your business forward. And I really started reflecting on my time as a coach and the daily actions that I do. And I realized that, because as y'all know, I'm very open about it. Being a coach for 2 years, I've had a lot of coaches quit. A lot of coaches quit. Probably about close to 12 coaches quit. I don't have anybody that has been with me from the beginning. My coaches kind of cycle in and out, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's a fault of mine because I've never done a very good job of teaching how to be intentional, because we're all busy. And I'm going to try to not use that word very much, but we are all busy. We have very full lives. And I want to help us as a team figure out how to use the time that we do have to make the most of it to move our business forward. So in 2 months or 3 months or 6 months, you're not coming and saying, I'm just completely overwhelmed, or I just can't move forward, or I don't have the time to pour into my challengers, because we have it down to a science that your time that you have it's intentional. So being intentional, I listened to a call today just trying to get some more ideas and how to really add value to this topic. And they talked about how first and foremost, and I know y'all hear this all the time, the first thing you need to do is align your goals. Start with creating your vision, your goals, and your why, and have those out, have those written, have them in a place that you look at them every single day. Now, your goal could be as small as hitting Success Club, or your goal could be as small as signing one person up. A goal is a goal regardless of how big or small it is. Your goal could be that you want to be an elite coach by the end of the year, because where we are right now, that is so obtainable still for every single one of us. Your goal can be small or it can be big. They talked about that, to be sure that you are flexible with your vision, though. Be flexible with your goals, because it's constantly going to be changing. I know that when I first started out as a coach, my goal was just to help as many people as I wanted. But as my time has come and I can see really what I could do with this business and the things that I can really actually achieve, my goal and my vision has changed. I remember probably my very first coach that signed up was a fluke. I don't even know how I found her. I don't even know how she became my coach. I do. She was a challenger, but it literally was a fluke that she became a working coach. And I remember talking to her and I was like, I was coached maybe two weeks. I really don't think I'll ever build a team. It'll probably just be me and you. We'll get through this, we'll see how it goes. And then here I am now, and my whole mindset has changed. That was very selfish of me to keep that to myself, because Beachbody has really been one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And I want to share that with as many people as possible. I want to grow our team to be as big as possible so that we can help each other be successful, that the success that we see can be everyone's. So, definitely be flexible with your goals and your vision, and don't be too concerned if you don't know what it is that you want to do right now. If maybe, you're sitting there and you're like, I have no idea. I know it would be nice to go Emerald. It might be nice to go Diamond. Bigger team cycle bonuses. Yeah, that seems really great, but I don't really know what I want to do beyond that. That's okay. But always be in that place of reflection where you are trying to figure out what that is. Because at the end of the day, having a strong vision, knowing what your goals are, and having a strong why is going to be the thing that on those days that you are so very exhausted and you have worked all day and then you've had to come home and be a mom, and the very last thing is you want to do is sit down at your computer and do the boring, mundane 4 vital behaviors and sit there and send invites to people who are probably not going to open it and they're probably not going to read it, what's even the point? Well, the point is that your vision and your goals and your why are so very strong that it doesn't matter. You know the importance of pumping that well, and you're going to do whatever you have to do to make those goals and those dreams and those whys happen. Gosh dang it. So that's something that I don't think I talk about enough is, creating your vision and sharing with y'all what my vision is, because I'm honest. There's days that I'm like, I can't even. Sunday, something happened and I was at a very low point and I saw a lot of my past feelings about myself creeping in, and I didn't touch my phone. I didn't touch my computer until about 1:30 because I just wanted to get away from the world. And it was like, you know what, Alden, you're stronger than this. You've done your personal development. You are not the person that you were. These comments and these messages that you get and these feelings of what other people, of the value that people are putting on you is not benefiting you. It's not going to help you get your goals. And, taking a day off and not being there for your challengers, because y'all know Sunday is a very vital day for your challengers, that's not benefiting you. Put on your big girl panties and move forward. And I did, and I felt so much better. So, to eliminate a bad habit, we must find a good habit to go in its place. So in our business, it's very easy to pick up bad habits. And a bad habit that I am very bad about is sitting and scrolling instead of being productive. It's so very easy to pick up your phone and say, okay, let me find my 3 people. Oh, look at that picture. Did you see that baby picture? Oh, that's funny. Oh, look at that meme. And then 10 minutes later, nothing has been accomplished. That's 10 minutes because you all know, once you get on Facebook, then you got to check Instagram. And once you're done with Instagram, you might as well see what's over on Pinterest. And by that time, there's enough time to go back and start back at Facebook and go through the cycle again. But, that's why I want to talk today about being intentional. So it's really making your actions and deciding what are immediate actions and what are investment actions and what would be the best, what's going to be the best at the time to give your focus. So an immediate actions are things that make us feel good right away. That's like personal development. I know every single time that I do personal development, I feel better because my cup is full. My mind is ready. I'm starting the day on a positive note or ending the day on a positive note, because I do 2 times personal development twice a day. I do it in the morning and I do it in the evening. And it makes me feel good immediately. Spending time with my family, spending time with y'all. Like right now, I'm getting immediate gratification because I get to see your faces and I get to spend time with y'all. And Brittany and I just got to have a little chat about her photography. That is immediate action. Meal planning makes me feel good because I know I'm not going to be stressed out the rest of the week. I have all my food laid out. I can go. When I wake up in the morning and I'm a hot mess and I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, all I have to do is grab my food and stick it in my lunchbox. I'm not having to figure out, okay, what am I going to eat today? That's an immediate action. And same thing with planning your day. Immediate actions, even though they make us feel really good, are equally as important as the investment actions. And these are the actions that are usually boring, or they're not glamorous, or they're not the things that we really want to do, but they're the actions that will pay off with a compound effect. And if you haven't read that book, definitely add it to your list. But the analogy that I think of the most with this, the investment actions, is pumping a well. And I know y'all have heard this before, but when you start your coaching business, you're pumping a water well. And if you've ever done that before, which I have not because I have grown up in Gulfport and we've always had running water, the water, it starts slow, it starts trickling, and then it gets a little heavier, and then a little heavier, and then before you know it, the water's flowing, and you're not even having to pump very hard. You can pump once or twice, and there's this steady stream. And if you stop the investment actions and you take a break, well, then you're just going to have to start pumping a whole lot harder. And it's a whole lot harder to build that momentum back up again over time if you don't stop pumping. So the investment actions that are most important to us as coaches are obviously the vital behaviors every single day, being a part of a training and being active in a training. A training, not 600 trainings, a training, using resources from the training and applying them, constantly learning. I think one thing that we take for granted, especially as coaches, is that everything is basically handed to us. Literally everything is handed to us. This is what you need to say. This is who you need to say it to. This is when you need to say it. Like, I feel like it's very easy that our coaching businesses could be kind of mindless. But if you're not going and learning, you're only going to get so far. Because think about, for example, the income surge that we have going on right now. Think about how knowledgeable every single person in there is about the Beachbody business. That's not because their upline held some training, or they saw some clip art or found a blog post. They went and they were learning their back office. They were learning how to do that, understand their volume and how to kind of play around with their incomes. They were constantly learning. Exercise for us is a investment action, going out and being a product of the product. As you know, like if you stop, all of your results over time are going to take a little bit longer. And then same thing with planning your months. My month, to be honest, I'm sitting at big old goose egg right now. I have 3 links that I'm waiting to have people order, but this is not normal for me. Usually I try to be at Success Club by the 15th. So that's how I plan my month. I want to be at Success Club by the 15th. So the second half of the month I can recruit. And that's how I plan my month. Here I am. It's quite the opposite. I have a coach signing up today. I'm not going to, a coach signing up today. And I'm probably going to hit Success Club at the end of the month. But I'm going to hit it. I'm going to get there. But planning my month kind of lets me know where I need to put my focus. So I don't like doing it. I don't like sitting down with a calendar and being like, I'm going to do a free group this week. I'm going to do it because my life, I feel like, is so crazy that I prefer to live off the seat of my pants, but planning my month definitely is an investment action. So you're better to do essential things every day, not just big things on some days. I see new coaches do this all the time, and you probably know exactly what I'm talking about, where they come and they're in their coach basics and they're like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do my launch post. I'm going to spend 3 hours on this graphic, and it's going to be really fancy. And then I'm going to put it up, and I'm going to post about my challenge group. And then they never mention their challenge group again. And then they wonder why their business isn't working. Well, because it's doing these things every day. When I started as a coach, I'm going to be perfectly honest with y'all. I did not invite for probably the first 4 months, like not even a single invite, none. Like I don't even know how I hit Success Club. I don't even know how I made it happen. Like it's beyond me because I never sent an invite. Every once in a while I'll be like, oh, okay. So Bridget's liked my post like 6 times. She wants in. So I'll send her a message and be like, hey girl, what's up? And then that person usually will bring it up. I never reached out to anybody and invited them. And what I'm finding now is I'm having to work a whole lot harder to find people because I didn't lay the groundwork and invited the way that I should have the past 2 years. Because honestly, for the past 2 years, I haven't been inviting. It wasn't until January that somehow something just clicked. And it was like, no, honestly, it was because I was struggling. But something clicked and it was like, I have to start doing this. I have to start figuring out a way to do this every single day. So I want to show y'all my daily short-term actions. This is my day every single day since January. This is what I have been doing. And my schedule is obviously not exactly the same as your schedule, but I want to show you what I do and the routine that I have gotten in that has worked for me. So hopefully you can sit down and figure out something that works for you and your time and the way that your day works. So let me take a swig of water real quick. So my alarm goes off every day at 4 a.m. At 4, I'll pick up my Energize and I'll drink it. Then I hit snooze about 5 times. My husband hates it. But I hit snooze about 5 times and finally drag my butt out of bed about 4:20, get dressed and go do my workout. As soon as my workout is done, I'm doing my morning post. I'm checking in with my challengers. I'm responding to any messages that I got during the day. I get in the shower between 5:20 and 5:30. Once I get out of the shower, the very first thing that I do is I open up a business personal development. So like today I listened to the National Wake Up Calls because thanks to Brittany's post, I was like, crap, I hadn't listened to a National Wake Up Call in 4 weeks. So I'm like backlogged but I had been listening to the Income Surge. What I do, I have a little toothpaste holder. I play it. I'm sitting there. I'm doing my makeup and I pause it when I'm blow drying my hair. I get my straightener out and I turn it back on and I listen to it up until the time I get to school. And then once I'm at school, I can't be on my phone. Like we have had multiple trainings about how if you get caught even commenting on something, they're probably going to say something. Like I get on social media and I may like something, but I'm not responding to messages. I really truly can't work my business very much. At lunch, I do get a little gutsy because I feel like I can justify like between 11:15 and 11:45, and I'll send birthday messages. My birthday messages are exactly the same to everyone every single day. It is literally a copy and paste, and it takes me less than a minute. I get the little notification every day that says, it's Alden Johnson's birthday today. Send her a message. When I do this, I send private messages, and I say, hey, happy birthday. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And then I have 3 emojis. I have a balloon emoji, I have a present emoji, and I have a celebration emoji. I copy and paste it to every person. If I miss a day, I'll send a message and say, happy belated birthday. I hope you had a wonderful day. And I copy and paste it to each person. The reason that I send the messages is because I know on my birthday, because I'm so popular, I have so many people, I'm just kidding, I'm not, writing on my Facebook wall that it gets lost in the shuffle. I may not see that Alden Johnson wrote on my wall to tell me happy birthday, but if I send a private message, I guarantee that Alden's going to see that I sent her that message. And because we're having that interaction, because more than likely I'm going to tell her thank you, I'm going to start seeing Alden's posts. So all those people that, I don't know how many friends I have, over 1,000 friends that I know aren't seeing my stuff, they're going to cycle through at least once a year for their birthday. And that means that my posts are going to start showing up in their newsfeed. More eyes are going to be on me and what I'm doing. Then after school, I do walker duty. We line up about 2:20. I have to walk a quarter of a mile. Oh, it's like half a mile there and back. I'm usually back in my library by 3. I do my power hour. I sit down. The way I do my power, guys, is I have that little template. I have it in a folder that stays at home, but I have this is mine today. I write on little pieces of paper, and then when I get home, I transfer it later. But I sit down and I go, I'm telling y'all exactly what I do. I sit down, I go to my, my page, and I pull up my posts, and I make a list of everyone who likes my post. So if it is a call to action post or a all call post for my challenge group, like I did the Spring into Fitness on, I guess that was Monday, I open up who liked it. This keeps me from scrolling. I open who likes it. I go to their page, and if it's a call to action, so let's say, I'm looking for a name here, Joanna liked that post. I'll send her a message and say, hey, Joanna, thank you for liking my post. Would you like more of my post last night? So they know that they did like it. They can't come back with that whole Anyway, I've gotten that before. They're like, I don't remember liking your post. Thank you for liking my post last night. Would you like more information about my upcoming challenge group? That's it. That's all I say. And I send it to every single person that likes that post that isn't a coach or hasn't already signed up with me. My other posts, my just random life posts. I go through there, every single person who likes it that I have not had a conversation with in a while. So this girl, Allie, she's a challenger of mine now, but if she hadn't been, I would open up her Facebook page. I would make sure that she doesn't have any like major life things going on. She didn't decide to start selling the wraps, and she's not wearing the patch. She's just, not working for another business. I will send her a message and say, usually, because my people who with my post, who my market is, I have a lot of moms. So I'll send her a message and I'll say, hey, Allie, thanks for liking my post last night. I stumbled upon your page and your little girl is so precious. How old is she? I sent out 3 of that exact same message today. I basically have and this is what I hope y'all do too. I have a little library of conversation starters that I use for every single person. So I'm not sitting there trying to figure out what to say to each person. I'm not starting from scratch. And that really helps me get through my power hour a lot quicker. This part of my power hour takes me 30 minutes because I feel like I'm racing against the clock. First off, I don't want to be at school anymore. I'm tired of sitting at my desk at the library. And I know that I cannot leave until I do these send new friend requests, do 5 new conversations, and 3 to 5 invites. I know I can't leave, which means I can't go spend time with my family. Also, on Tuesday and Thursdays, I have Fit Club with my faculty. That starts at 3:30. I have to be done with these things before I can go work out. So it's kind of like I'm racing the clock a little bit with that. And I don't know if y'all have ever considered doing that, but kind of putting these things, these unglamorous, these things that we don't necessarily want to do at a time that you are like, okay, I have this long, I need to get it done. Because since I've done that, I have been so much more productive. Around that time, I do my afternoon posts, and then I don't try not to touch my business again until after bedtime. And that's when I have calls, I respond again to messages, and check in with my challenge group one more time. If Michael and I take turns, we swap children for bedtime. So like tonight, because Wesley goes to bed a little bit earlier, Michael's putting Wesley to bed. And I'll put Barrier to bed as soon as we are done with this call. But I will lay down with them and I will take out my Kindle because they don't like to go to sleep in the dark. I don't know if we spoil our children, but they don't really like to go to sleep in the pitch black dark. So I'll bring my Kindle, and that's when I read my personal like for me, make me a better person kind of professional development. And then I lay out my clothes, I mix my Energize, I go to bed, and I repeat it every single day. And I always ask myself at the end of the day, if my team did everything that I did today, would they have moved their business forward? I learned this from Brigitte Linford, who is like my very favorite coach to listen to ever. And it really, even if you don't have a team, imagine that you have coaches who are depending on you. If they did every single thing that you did that day, would that move their business forward? So since you got a play-by-play of my day, I will move on. But that leads us, that's what I do every day. But what about the other things? Like we talked about, there are so many groups and so many trainings going on. How do you decide which ones you want to take part in and which ones you want to kind of skip or put off for right now? And I hope that you are thinking about how they align to your goals. Some things to consider. Will this help me move closer to my goal? Is this taking away from time spent working intentionally? Are you feeling so overwhelmed with listening to every single call for every single group that it's taking away from your vital behaviors, or it's taking away from your power hour? What will I accomplish by adding this to my to-do list? So for me, I am right now in the income search because I have an income goal. It is aligned with one of my goals. The TKO training that we have right now, I watched a few of those videos and they're not really doing anything that will help me move forward right now. This doesn't mean that they won't. It's just not something that I can do right now. I paid to be in a training. It's a Jesse Reagan training to build my like page. And it's not cheap to be in that training. But I'm having to put a hold on it because with that, you have to do videos and split tests and just it's kind of time consuming and it was taking away from my vital behavior. So I have paused on that group until spring break, until I have more time in my day that I can dedicate to it. And it's okay to do that in a group. If you're feeling like it is taking away from your vitals and your power hour and the things that are most important to you pumping that well, it's okay to say, you know what, I don't really have time for that right now. And then, am I using the activity out of fear of another action? So until I figured out a way that I was comfortable with inviting, I would literally get a stomach ache anytime that I sent an invite because I felt icky and I felt pushy, and like I can't even describe the stomach ache I would get. I would get anxious and I would sit there and I would pace, and finally I would just have to press enter and walk away. But now I feel like I have found a system that works for me, because I do send those messages and say, you know, how I invite now is very different than the cold invite that I was taught when I first became a coach. I will send a message, a building relationship. I will genuinely try to build a relationship to that person. And then in a few days, I have a message that I send them. And I think I've posted it somewhere. Maybe it was in our Team Cup thread. But it says, hey, girl, I actually have a group starting in on, you know, I put in the date. I really enjoy talking. I'm reaching out to my friends and family, and I really enjoyed talking to you the last day. Didn't know if you would be interested in learning more about it. If it's for you, if it's not for you, that's fine. Just let me know either way. I've had people say, yeah, I want information. And I have people who are like, no, I've yet to have someone who has not responded. Every single person, even if they're not interested, because I've already had that relationship with them and I have presented it in a way that it's not, hey, I want to sell you something, they feel okay to come back to me. And then that opens up the conversation of, well, do you know someone else? Or, you know, I'm going to write them down for my follow-up. It's not that awkward, like, thing where they're like, well, I don't want to buy anything, or how much is it? They're coming back with responses that I feel good about and that they feel good about. I really liked this quote down here. It says, let today be the day you stop having conflict between your actions and your goals and finally align your greatest intent with your purposeful actions, creating a universal symphony serenading your success. So if you are kind of overloading your day with trainings and trying to learn things, or you're spending time in the back office, but you're not doing the vitals, really think about how you can change your mindset or change your wording to where you're comfortable, to where you get excited about getting to send conversation starters every day or building relationship building conversations every day. And it's not that icky, oh my gosh, I got to eat the frog. Here's my stomach ache coming. You might as well skip lunch because I'd rather vomit than send this message to this person, you know, and I'm just going to listen to this call instead because I'm scared of doing that. Okay. Well, there we go. Okay, so we really need to, as just people in general, stop the glorification of busy. Busy is, and this came out of my book and I just thought it was really profound. Busy is the enemy of peace. Busy takes away from our purpose. Busy is not truly productive in the big picture. Busy means life's joys and surprises can't find a way into our heart because we're moving too fast to see and experience them. Busy comes from fear of never being enough. And I know that I constantly feel like I am busy. And I'm not. I am just filling my day with things because I'm afraid that I'm not doing enough or I'm not being enough. And, you know, finding a way to be intentional with your business stops that busy. So you're off the phone and you're really doing the things that matter most. You're spending time with your children and you're spending time with your friends, or, you know, you're finally finding time to sit down and watch the 3-hour episode of The Bachelor because that's your guilty pleasure and it makes you feel good. You're not having to sit on your phone and stress out about, oh, well, I still can't send that invite because it gives me a stomach ache. Or you're not constantly, I know when I first started as a coach, I know we're running out of time, I'm going to speak faster, but I would always be on my phone because I felt like if I wasn't being busy, I wasn't doing anything. And what I was doing was burning myself out. I was pushing my family away. I was taking them for granted. I was making them feel like they were taken for granted. And that's what we need to not do. We need to be intentional. We need to get our crap done. We need to move on and worry about the things that are most important. Okay, so 3 guidelines to getting back time. Focus on progress, not perfection. We are not perfect. We will never be perfect. But as long as we are constantly moving forward, we are constantly pumping that well, we've accomplished something. If you are overwhelmed, start small. Maybe, inviting isn't overwhelming right now. Saying, hey, are you interested in more information from our challenge group is not something you feel comfortable with. Start with a hey girl message. Hey girl, how are you doing? Is good enough. And even if you're sending 5 of those a day, it's at least doing something. Sometimes the hardest part is starting, but just start somewhere. Hey, maybe you are one of those red personalities and you want to start big. Dive in and make a big change you need to make. It doesn't matter whether you start small or big. There's no one-size-fit-all plan. Do whatever it takes to make what matters most happen starting today. So plan what matters. I really loved this because we don't talk about this enough. When I first became a coach, all I remember is do more. This is what you need to do. Do this over here. Apply this over here. But we never talked about taking breaks. And I'm just in a point in my life where I want to slow down more than I want to speed up. And I'm not saying that I want to stop and not accomplish anything, but I just want to align my values a whole lot more than sitting at the computer mindlessly accomplishing things that I don't really feel like align with my goals. Like I feel like this year I have my blinders on so tight to my goals that I don't want to see anything else. And for me, that's finding time to rest. So one thing that they suggested in the book that I'm reading is to set a timer for 60 minutes. And maybe you want to start with 30 or maybe you want to start with 45 and set that timer and work as hard as you can for those 60 minutes. Then take a 10-minute break and do absolutely nothing. And by absolutely nothing, I mean step away from the internet, step away from your phone, get off social media, turn it off, go outside, walk around the block, get some fresh air, and then come back. And your mind's going to be refreshed. You're going to be able to concentrate more on what you are doing. You're going to be so much more productive, and you're going to be more intentional because your mind has taken a break. You've gotten up, you've been able to fill your lungs, you've been able to stretch your legs, and you're going to be more productive. And then this is just me, but I'm going to start scheduling a day off. I've been working 7 days a week, and even though on the weekends I really don't spend that much time on my business, I've decided that I'm going to start taking Sunday off because our team calls have been moved, or the Shine United calls have been moved. And by taking a day off, all that means is that I'm not going to do my power hour. I'm still going to post every single day. 3 to 5 times a day. I'm still going to work out every day. I'm still going to be a product of the product every day. I'm probably not going to take a day off from recognizing y'all. Sorry. I'm still going to do recognition, but I'm just not going to sit down at my computer. Sunday is going to be my day. That is my family day that I'm going to, because posts only take a few minutes, but taking a day off will hurt my business. Taking a day off from inviting and starting new conversations is not. It's not going to hurt my business. I can pick back up right on Monday. And one thing they said is that productivity will increase because you need to get everything done before your day off. So that means that I know that to earn that day off on Sunday, I'm going to have to send my invites, and I'm going to have my conversation starters, and I'm going to have to do my personal development Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Because if I miss any of those days, I'm going to have to make it up on Sunday. I'm not going to have my day off. Like right now, I'm doing hammer and chisel. My day off is Thursday. I have not taken a Thursday off, basically since the first week, because what happens is yesterday I did 2 workouts. I did hammer and chisel Tuesday morning, and then I had Fit Club Tuesday afternoon. And this morning when I woke up, I was tired. I was exhausted. I was like, you know what? I got to take my break today. But that means that tomorrow morning, I'm not going to get to set my alarm for 5 o'clock. This morning, my alarm went off at 4. I still drank my Energize, and I literally laid in bed wasting my like much needed sleep. But if I had planned my day better Tuesday and not kind of honestly mess myself up with doing 2 workouts, I would have been able to get up this morning and really truly enjoy my rest day tomorrow with Hammer and Chisel. Same thing with my business. If I kind of skip things around on Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going to have to make it up on Sunday, and that's going to take time away from my family, and I'm not going to get to enjoy my day off. So that's just kind of the way that I think about that. And that's the end. I hope that those are things that are helpful to you. I hope that those ideas and those just little tidbits and words of wisdom and advice for things that I've learned over the last 2 years help you. I really hope that you all are able to find a schedule or, a plan where you can be truly intentional with your work, that you can find that you are pumping the well, but your arm's not getting tired, and that you can keep going, and you're really going to build that stamina that this business needs. And if you need help with your schedule, I am always here. Y'all know how to get in touch with me. Our scheduler is somewhere on the team page. I really need to fix it because there's time slots that aren't available or that I'm not available open on there. But feel free to set up a one-on-one or just call me or shoot me a message, and I can help you look at your schedule. And if you have any questions about this, we have 2 minutes. Before we get off, do either of you have questions about anything that I talked about tonight? Oh, there's some chats. Let me read those too. Okay, sorry, let me catch up. Yes, I unfollowed groups, good. That's good, making a note, that's very smart. Setting a timer is a good idea. Oh yeah, Katie Ursta fussed at us at a diamond retreat for working from our phone. She was like, no, if you're working your business, you need to be on your computer. My computer is so slow, it ends up doubling my time. So I get on my phone for that. But if I had a really good computer or really good internet, I would never be on my phone. Yeah, Shay is good. Yes, changing the subject is really good. Okay, well, that's good. Y'all are awesome. Sorry for my 30-minute later catch up to the conversation. But all right, well, if y'all don't have any questions, I'm gonna let y'all go. Thanks for getting on tonight. Are y'all thumbs up liking Wednesdays better than Tuesdays? Okay, good. So do me a favor, shoot a message to someone who wasn't on the call tonight and just tell them that we missed them, and reach out to them and remind them that it was moved to Wednesday. We had a lot of people vote for Wednesday, but obviously there's not a lot of people here. Life happens, I get it, no big deal. But if y'all don't mind, just shoot them a message, and I love you all. I love you both. Hope you have a great rest of the week, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?